All right, what's cracking? What's up? What's up? What's up?
How was your weekend?
It was just a regular weekend. I mean, I got a lot done. I cleaned
Oh,
my
yeah.
bathroom, and
That's always good to do.
it's just so nice to have a clean bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Man.
I clean it every week, but this was like the clean that you do. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, so it smells good and
Yeah,
everything.
you're not a girl. When I get done in the bathroom, it looks like a girl bomb exploded in there like every time, and it's just a mess. So I feel you on that. Yeah.
So, life's goals, I guess.
Yeah. It's the
Right?
little things that we appreciate. I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Um,
I finished some stuff too.
so I got a couple of clips I wanted to show you, and mostly what they do is like not to beat a dead horse with this whole Diddy thing or anything, but um, it all of them kind of add a different sort of perspective to
Mhm.
the Diddy thing. So, I'll see.
I'm interested because I've really just watched or listened to stuff in the background because yeah, it's kind of like beating the dead horse or dead maniac. um, but you just feel like it's been done to death. But every time I hear something, it's something different, and I'm just like, what? And it makes me wonder also, what the hell is he actually on court for? In court for? Like, what is he being charged with? Because people are talking about stuff, from every end of the spectrum.
Yeah, I don't know the charges off the top of my head,
I
but I feel
believe
like kind of
racketeering. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like he should go away for all the things. He's just so,
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
his
I don't know if
stories are
he
crazy.
should go away if he's the fall guy or what's up with any of this, to be honest with you. I mean,
I
I don't,
mean,
you know.
yeah, even if he is the fall guy, which I
I
also
mean, they
agree.
say that it was because Bill Cosby wanted to buy NBC that they had to show him what it was. And they
Hmm.
say that because Diddy was going after these alcohol companies thinking he was the man in charge is why they're showing him who he is. So,
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
heard the Intercontinental Hotel where he beat up Cassie, they gave her 10 mil. Like she just that came out in court, which is interesting. I don't know what for specifically. I think she should get it, but I don't know, whatever. But I guess for
It's been
not,
real slow for us today, isn't it?
oh yeah.
Like, geez. All right.
But I guess for not protecting her, maybe. That's why they paid her. I don't know. I just heard she got a $10 million payout from the Intercontinental, which is interesting in that Diageo used to own the Intercontinental brand, I believe. It's just a
He
whole
faces five.
incestuous.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
I said I was just going to tell you what he's charged with.
Oh yeah, please.
Yeah, he faces five federal charges in a sex trafficking and racketeering case, as detailed in a superseding indictment from April 2025. Racketeering conspiracy alleged to have led a criminal enterprise through his business empire from 2004 to 2024, involving crimes like sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and destruction of justice. Maximum sentence life in prison. Sex trafficking by force, fraud, or
Sorry, say how much he
coercion.
faces life, you said?
Yeah, for that first count.
Oh,
Sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, mandatory minimum 15 years. Sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, count two, another minimum 15 years. Transportation to engage in prostitution, maximum sentence 10 years. Accused of transporting individuals, including victim one
wait,
and
what is 10 years engaging in prostitution in New York is a 10-year sentence? That's wild. Is that
you
what
think,
you said?
yeah, you can read it.
No, all I see is QuikTalk on the screen.
Oh shit. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Oh man, you missed all of that. Okay, so
Yep.
I totally went off on I was on a whole different thing.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't know. That's why I was talking because I thought we were just paused for a second.
Yeah, sorry, my bad, my bad. Um, all right, you can
Ah,
see it now though, right? Okay, so yeah, I'm on to number three, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, count two, mandatory minimum 15 years. Transportation to engage in prostitution, mandatory or maximum sentence 10 years, and transportation to engage in prostitution, 10 years. So those are the actual counts. The indictment
wait, hold on.
alleges.
Can I just read it?
Okay,
So,
read it.
transportation to engage in prostitution, count
Okay, whoa,
one.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Accused.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Sorry,
There's
what,
only
what?
one
Oh,
view.
I'm sorry. I thought you said you were scrolling away. Go ahead.
You can see it though, right?
Mm.
Okay. The indictment, if we're both reading, it's
Oh, okay.
like, you know what I'm saying? We can't both be reading, is all I mean. All right. The indictment alleges Combs orchestrated drug-fueled, coerced sex performances called freak-offs, used this to influence and manipulate victims, and engaged in physical and sexual abuse over decades. He has pleaded not guilty to all charges, with his legal team arguing the acts were consensual and part of a swinger's lifestyle. The trial, which began May 12th, 2025 in Manhattan, is expected to last 8 weeks. If convicted on all counts, Combs faces a potential life sentence.
Okay. I wanted to revisit number three because it's just confusing to me. So, transportation to engage in prostitution is he's accused of transporting individuals, including victim one, who we don't know who that is, and commercial sex workers across state lines for prostitution, particularly during freak-off events. 10 years for giving a prostitute a ride. Interesting. People
Yes.
should know about that. Yes,
Well, I mean, I just didn't know them off the I could rattle them off to you. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, no.
I just read them, but I still
Uh,
couldn't, I'm saying he's facing racketeering and prostitution charges. Like I couldn't rattle off all five of those counts to you.
I just am unclear. I'm it might be just ignorance or just not knowledgeable about the legal terms, but what exactly is racketeering? Because for some reason I thought it was connected to guns. Is that, do you know that to be? I mean, I can look it up too if you don't know offhand, but it would be good to know, and people should know what these charges bring. Because giving a prostitute a ride get you 10 years is should be common knowledge, I think, in my opinion. Because, these hoes ain't loyal. Nothing. I got nothing.
Racketeering, racketeering refers to engaging in a pattern of illegal activities,
Oh, wow.
typically organized and ongoing to generate profit or maintain control over an enterprise. It's often prosecuted under the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, RICO, in the United States, which targets criminal enterprises involved in activities like extortion, bribery, fraud, money laundering, drug trafficking, or in the case of Sean Diddy Combs, alleged crimes such as sex trafficking, forced labor, and obstruction of justice. So it's the
Wait,
pattern of activity. It's the pattern of activities that you engage in order to keep from getting caught in your illegal activities.
what do you think of that? I feel like it feels so like broad.
Well, I mean,
I mean, it sounds like the government, if you ask me, but whatever. It's yeah, it just seems broad. It's like a whole bunch of activities. I don't know. Episode of The Wire.
so let's see.
Why did you do the freak offs? And her answer is, yes, at the time I wanted to make him happy. But then they start to pull out the text messages. I'm so horny. OMG, I was going to text you the same thing.
Yeah, she was.
Diddy says, I can't wait. I can't wait either. She's just trying to make him happy, though. They're talking about people recording sex acts. Cassie sends an email to Diddy, says, do you have any bullets on you? Cassie, I thought that you were just being fed the flowers, just being stuffed these flowers in you. Did you want them? He decides, I'm going to do it again. And she says, I just deleted the video off my camera. It was so dope. What video is on your camera? What are you capturing? And then we have another text message. And this one I think is really good because it shows that Cassie was really looking for a pot at the end of the rainbow, a golden pot. In order for me to be more open with the things we do in bed, I need to feel safe. I want to go deeper into it. Home, like this is my husband. And this is the only man that will ever have this aggressive side of me. When we used to freak off, it felt right. Like it literally made sense in our life together.
So I guess that's alleged that
I
Cassie.
don't even know why they're talking about it. I mean, that's whatever they did in the relationship. She's already gone to court. Like she already had her day. I don't know why we're talking about Cassie. It's interesting. People want to, like, I don't know. It's just weird. Like, well, she didn't have her day in court. I'm sorry. He settled it outside of court immediately.
So, she just testified in the Diddy trial, right?
Yeah, she didn't. I'm not sure why.
That's
I guess
why.
for character.
Okay, because she's.
But is it like, what is it for? Do you know? Character reference
Okay,
or?
we just read all about the charges. Racketeering.
No, I know, but what was Cassie specifically
Why
on?
would she not be a witness to those charges?
Because she already
Of course,
settled
she
out
would
of
be a
court.
witness to those charges.
Okay.
We're not talking about the Cassie case. We're talking about the Diddy case.
Right. I get that, but it just seems. I don't know. I think it's kind of stupid. Like, not for her to testify. I think she should testify, but for this guy to make these allegations, it's her fault.
So the point is, we got to get back to the point.
Let Diddy free because Cassie was playing a role. Like, that's just dumb to me.
That's not the point.
What's the point?
The point is.
What's your point? Because the point is whatever you get from it. So, what is your point?
Okay, so. In the video, they're alleging that Cassie was maybe as much a part of this as Diddy was, obviously.
Okay. I don't think so, but okay.
You don't think that's what they were saying? You don't
No,
think
I
that's
don't think.
implying?
No, that's my opinion on the case, period.
You don't think they were, that it's possible that
so they're trying to get. Ooh,
I mean,
so they're trying.
You don't think it's possible that she is a bad girl?
I find that she's not the one with the power. She's not the one with the money. She's not. She was 19 years old. She was.
Wasn't there a story about her torturing Kim Porter with Diddy?
No.
Yeah,
no.
Pretty sure there was.
Cassie and Kim Porter. They weren't.
Was that it? Not. No. Who was it? Kim Porter and who else was it that was around back then?
I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't recall who there's an artist, I believe, but I don't recall who it was. Sloan Bella would know.
Yeah, there was something back then about something like that going on.
Cassie and Kim, no, they weren't. No,
ain't nobody got the courage to stick up for Puff. I do.
What do you mean?
Go ahead.
Hey man,
Cassie, you wasn't here, so I want him to hear this.
Cassie ain't the bitch y'all think she is. I always say this, man. Domestic violence is not always abuse because some bitches like to fight. Cassie is the same woman that would go to Puff Daddy's house while Kim Porter was alive and watch Puffy beat on Kim, cuss Kim out, abuse Kim, and laugh at Kim. Kim's friends have came out and it's documented that they say Cassie used to be torturing Kim with Puff. She is not this victim broad that everybody is making her out to be. This is a treacherous bitch. Anytime a woman that is that beautiful is dating a nigga that is that regular looking, she's hustling her pussy. This is a woman that hustles vagina, and we treating her like she a Claire Huxtable or a respectable everyday woman. This bitch is a libido whore. She's libido hungry and she's money hungry and she's eating, sucking, and fucking on anybody that got the paper. That $30 million settlement she got, a portion of that should go to Kim's kids.
Or what about the story that she was his sex slave?
Who? Cassie?
Cassie.
I mean, that doesn't put her at fault, though. I mean,
and that's how the industry works. But she,
what people don't understand, that really goes on in Hollywood, how they do that black woman in order for her to go to the next level. It just done ran Toni Braxton out of her damn mind. She's shaving the side of her head like that woman who drink blood. The last woman who did that was Cassie. And Cassie is gone. Cassie is P. Diddy's slave. Did y'all know that? She is his slave. Oh, yes, she is. Every time you see Cassie with P. Diddy, she got her head down, she carrying bags. She's the mop-up girl. When P. Diddy want to impress him, he's bringing on, he let Cassie go down on him. He let that dude pop her in the butt, and P. Diddy sit back and masturbate while she's being ran in by his partners. Did y'all know that? I'm telling y'all some true Hollywood insider, brother. It gets down like that. That's the way they roll. And if you're a woman, especially if you're a sister, you come in with all that attitude, they're gonna rip you apart. The first thing they're gonna do is break you. They're putting it right in your face, like, okay, we worship the devil. We down with the Baphomet. Okay, we do lesbians and gay, and we do a little something. What? What you gonna do? What? Because you know why they're so bold with their truth? Because they know majority of the people in society are so dumbfounded and so beat down on these jobs that they'll take anything. And they do not have your best intentions. Like I told you in the early segment, they have to keep negativity, negative energy to make money. If everybody's happy, people gonna start thinking. Okay?
Yeah, I definitely feel like
The whole point is that these are different ways to just different angles looking at what's going on with Diddy.
I was just
right?
giving my opinion on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that I find it weird that people are even focusing on that. Because, like, if you're trying to get Cassie indicted as well or something, like,
Well,
you think
what if she is? Well, what if she's femme fatale though?
What, like a Ghislaine?
What if she is femme fatale? Yeah, like a Ghislaine. Or what if this whole thing? Okay, so I saw somewhere that Diddy was
I get where you're
promoting.
going.
Yeah, that Diddy was promoting another artist, and I can't remember what the other artist's name was, but he had given this new artist all the things that he had promised to Cassie. And so Cassie was mad, and that's why all this stuff is blowing up in the first place.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play that Sloan Bella clip when you're done because I don't know. I don't think that's
I don't either. I
this
just
is
think it's
yeah.
super
You
interesting
know what?
to
An
look
analogy
at
comes.
all the angles to something because we really don't know a lot of what's going on.
That wasn't about Diddy. It was, but I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh, why did I push stop share? All right. Yeah, it was about Diddy. Okay, so
Well,
this
it was
okay. Is the next one I'm gonna show you is Unc 607 talking about what he saw at a Diddy party. This is not necessarily a new perspective. This is just some juice. Some what do y'all call it? Some tea. All right.
Diddy party and then doors get locked right behind you. Listen, I tell you one time I went to a Diddy party, right? It's when we first signed, when Nelly first signed, we had first signed, right? We was in Miami, right? So, and this is a crazy story. I swear to God, my mom, it's all true, right? So we was in Miami, whatever. It's me, it's Nelly, and it's Ali. We riding around, and Ali like, Nelly like, we gonna go to the Diddy party. I'm like, dang, I'm trying to go too. But when we pull up to the mansion or whatever, Ali like, nah, I'm gonna pick y'all up later. He like, make sure you call me when y'all ready. I'm like, damn, Ali, you ain't coming in. So I'm trying to figure out why Ali wasn't coming in, right? So, for real. So when we get out the car, right, the first thing I noticed, the person that take your car, he had no shirt on. He just had like a yellow thing on, right? I'm like, damn, what's going on, right? So when I first walk in the door, it's hot. I'm talking about it's so, man, it's like it's 100 and something degrees in here. Man, it's hot as hell, right? So when I first walk in, now I see a couple people that I knew. Rick Ross was in there. I saw Rick Ross. I saw that one nigga played back. Dwight Howard was there. Dwight Howard was there. It was me and it was Nelly. So we come in. I didn't notice everybody else, right? But it was like all liquor. On the side, I didn't see Ciroc, but it was like all other kind of liquor. And then on the other side, it was a big thing full of like waters, right? It was like, man, 500. It was more waters than it was then. But it's true what you said, because when I went back to the door, I couldn't get out. The door automatically locked. Listen to me. The door automatically locked from the inside, right? So I'm in there, so I'm chilling, right? I'm getting hot. I forget what I had on, but I take my shirt off. Everybody got their shirt off because it's so hot, right? So at this time, Diddy is talking to Nelly. He got his arms around Nelly like this the whole time. Nelly got his other arm around him, and they talking about the song. They talking about this. I'm like, yeah. So at the same time, Diddy like come back. So I go over to get a drink. I lose Nelly. I'm like, man, I'm ready to go. It's getting too hot. So I gotta call Ali, because remember Ali told me to call him when I'm ready to go. So I'm like, cool. I'm looking back. I can't find Nelly. So I go in the other room. I open the door. I swear to God, my mama, I ain't lying. Nelly and her getting a hand job from Diddy.
Hey, yo, pause.
You
seen that shit?
Nelly, he was getting jacked off by Diddy. I swear to God,
But you
my mama.
seen that shit. You seen that.
I seen it with my own eyes, gang. I swear to God, my mama. I seen it. Listen, I'm like this. I'm like, damn.
You know what that's called, right? You know what that's called, right?
No, Nelly was getting jacked off by Diddy, gang.
But that's conspiracy, nigga. You conspire to Daddy jacking someone off, nigga.
Gang, I swear to God, mama, listen. After
you conspiracy.
Yo, see what's up? Jerked off
after
and
that
shit.
happened, Nelly put out that song, It's Getting Hot in Here, so take off all your clothes. That's where that song came from.
Let's take a sip.
I swear to God, my mama.
No, but you conspire to that.
That's where it came from.
Oh man, bro. Yeah, so they trying to really drill 607 for this because allegedly he was there watching the whole thing and he was there anyway with Nelly. Right? He mentioned it multiple times, but he was also locked in the crib. Again, this is all allegedly. And word on the street, he definitely enjoyed the party.
It's weird to write a song about it, I think. But did you see that clip?
You write songs about your personal experience. I think it's interesting that the song he did with Diddy is Shake a Tail Feather, but It's Getting Hot in Here was Pharrell. So I think that's interesting.
Oh, Pharrell produced it, you mean?
Yeah.
Did you see the clip of Diddy talking about how he would make it super hot inside of his parties? That he has to make it hot to make people want to take off their clothes.
Is that right?
Have you seen that clip? No?
Yeah, I saw a clip about him
I
saying
think it was on
stuff that he
Fallon or
did at his party or something. But
yeah, that he makes it super hot. I have the clip if you want, but he purposely locks the doors and keeps it hot in there so that the people want to take off their clothes. And
that's funny.
and
That's funny.
that's actually crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like he throws. It's look, other than the sex trafficking and the and all the
Yeah, right.
the fuckery, you know,
Other
I
than
mean,
the hidden
apparently he's having a
cameras
good
and
party. So,
well, yeah, the parties, I'm sure were great. I actually never went, but yeah, the after parties are the problem. I heard.
yeah, but you know, but that's crazy that he said he saw you know, Nelly getting jerked off by Diddy.
Definitely crazy.
That's crazy. Like, oh, like it's like so weird. That's so weird. And how does that even come up? You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that even come up? How do you even broach that subject?
A lot of drugs. It's not a conversation. It's just getting super faded and then being like, what am I doing? And then by that time it's on camera and or you liked it, I guess. I have no idea.
That's crazy.
I'd like to think that I used to have a crush on Nelly. I'd like to think that he what is the thing? He was coerced and out of his mind and he just doesn't even remember anything like that. He knows not what he did.
Yeah.
Except he wrote a song about it, so that doesn't really
yeah. Yeah, it's just weird. Just when you find out that a lot of these guys are gay, it's just finding out. It's just so crazy. It's just so crazy. Like it's just so crazy.
And you think he's gay, like marching the parade and like
Did he?
No, Nelly, because he's married to Ashanti, had a baby right now.
Yeah, I know they got their thing or whatever, but I mean, that's pretty gay.
It's pretty gay. That's a pretty gay thing to do.
Right?
I don't know. It's something.
No, don't get me wrong. He wasn't like, you know, that's pretty tame as far as gayness goes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. As far as gayness goes, you might be able to even like explain that shit away. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. He told me he was going
I
in my
like
pocket for a piece of gum.
right. You know what I'm saying? So like on the gayness meter, that's not super high or anything, but it's a little suspect.
It's definitely suspect. It's definitely if you're not gay, it's a weird choice.
Right.
Way to spend the
Right.
night.
That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's all I'm saying.
Like, how good was the party?
Like,
Like, no.
yeah.
And
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yikes.
Okay, so um, you know how people say that Diddy was tapped to do this by Clive Davis?
Yes.
He came out of nowhere. Um, he didn't have a lot of talent, but bam, he had Bad Boy Records.
Yeah.
And so he's been tapped by the powers that be to run and control
Forever.
some of this
Yeah.
shit, right? You know how that's the basic story that people say, right?
Hmm.
That one of the stories, one of the narratives that goes around. Well, this guy has a counter narrative to that, and I think it's kind of interesting. I, I don't know. Let me just share it with you.
Yeah. Let me hear.
P. Diddy had more money than you can get the government to give for any kind of op. So
not before he was put into power, though.
The whole idea of him being put into power is kind of a silly conspiracy on its own.
Why? He wasn't smart. He had really proven nothing in the industry, and suddenly was in charge of Bad Boy Records, biggest thing ever.
So I don't.
And his star was gunned down within 3 years. His key moneymaker was gunned down in 3 years.
I don't know the answer, man. I don't keep up closely with anything in pop culture. But here's what I'm saying. If Intel was going to be, if CIA was going to be involved, it wouldn't be involved in a domestic, unknown, unproven rapper in the what, 90s, 80s?
I didn't say
when did
CIA,
it all start?
by the way. I want to be clear about that.
Whoever, right? If U.S. government was going to somehow get funding, you think it's foreign government?
I think it could be.
If any government was going to try to build influence, it wouldn't try with what you just painted to be quite a loser, right? It wouldn't start with somebody who's unproven, who's got no skills, no background, no connections, and then try to build that person up. That's not how it works. That's not how any good op works. You find somebody who's already on the rise. You find somebody who's already established. Like, you don't bet on a losing horse, especially not with big, big money, in the hopes that 15, 30 years from now, it's going to pay off in some sort of intelligence world.
What if he's the in, though?
Hell, my cats are going crazy. I'm sorry about that. He sounds like he's mad he didn't get invited to the party. But no,
Sounds
I'm just
like,
kidding.
well,
I'm
I
just
mean, maybe, but it makes a lot of sense though, to be honest
well,
with you.
yeah, I never thought it was the government that's not
Well, I
the
have a
power
tendency to
structure.
think that the CIA has their hand in probably a little bit of everything that's going
A lot of
on.
stuff.
I don't
Yeah,
think
I
you can
agree.
get away with that with I don't think, or the FBI, or I mean it's kind of amorphous at this point, but I don't think that you run any kind of op on US soil without them knowing and being and getting their cut. I think it's kind of gangster like that.
I
Even
agree. He should have gone to jail a long time ago. But I personally
no,
think that
that's
it
not
has.
no, I don't think that's what I said.
Oh, what are you saying?
I think
I'm saying if they're involved, he
yeah,
wouldn't
I don't think I was saying that somebody should have gone to jail.
go.
I
Okay.
said that there aren't operations on US soil that the US doesn't know about.
And I agree. And I'm saying that they must have known about it and maybe even protected him because it seems like he should have gone to jail a long time ago. I'm just adding to that with my
Did he?
perspective. Yes. However, I personally believe, and this could still have something to do with the CIA. I just never really even thought about, the government's involvement in Diddy's racketeering extravaganza. Um, I personally think it has more to do with the music industry and also his father and who ultimately raised him. his father's boys or who, whatever we're calling them, you know, the
I think that
lifestyle.
even goes for Israeli Mossad and their operations on U.S. soil too. You and Jeffrey
It
Epstein. I
has
don't think
something to
that
do
goes
with
down
that has something to do with
without.
Diddy's father.
No, I don't think that goes down without the U.S. government knowing and understanding about it.
Mhm.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't think there are any operations that go on in the U.S. that the U.S. government doesn't know about.
Yeah, I feel like it's just exactly. They know everything. Their eyes are everywhere. There's big eyes on top
Right.
of
That's
you know, dollar
yeah.
bill. Yeah, they know everything. It doesn't necessarily mean that they started the op though. Like it's not they, but
Right.
they'll get something from it. They'll get something from it for sure.
So what he was saying was basically like, if we're gonna run an op, we're not gonna find some loser and stick him in someplace, right? We're gonna find
Right.
somebody that's already in, already got good connections or whatever. Which kind of reminds me of I think his name is Peter
Well,
Byrne. Peter Byrne, I think, the one that ran ops and is talking this stuff about how what's his story? He's got a story about Hillary Clinton, how she ordered. Oh my God, why am I not caught? Anyway, but basically, he ran a government op with the government, but he's already somebody that was already in business, already was established,
right.
and
Well, Diddy's dad was, you know, like his dad was an established gangster. Then if they've been,
no,
I
no, not
mean,
it, not. He's not an
but I'm
established
saying,
gangster. He's an
what do you
established
mean?
businessman.
Who? Diddy's dad?
No, why do you keep bringing up Diddy's dad?
Because I'm saying that the CIA, you don't understand how I'm connecting it. I'm saying that doesn't necessarily matter if Diddy wasn't big and connected. They could see the bricks were laid for him to take the path. And these are like always, they always have people, I'm glitching. Oh, no, I'm not. They always have people long ops, like just so they have their eyes on everything so they can recognize that there's going to be somebody coming up in the industry or in whatever industry they're
You
watching.
saying like he was the bloodline or something?
I mean, his dad was, I'm not, there's something. I mean, there's something. I just don't believe that anything is on accident anymore. I've stopped believing in these coincidences. So yeah, that could be something. But I also think that maybe they were
Okay.
just watching him. I feel the same way about
Okay, but to the point is this guy is saying that that's not how they run operations.
I understand what he's saying.
And right. So
So he's
you don't
not really
agree.
high level. He's able to go on TV and all that stuff. He might not know how all the ops are run.
So you disagree with him completely?
Hmm.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
think that yeah, you don't think there's any credibility to what he's saying at all?
Um, I no, I think that he's credible if pertaining to the ops that he's been involved in or he knows about, but I don't think that he knows about all the ops. That's my point.
Yeah. I mean, I hear you. Um, I would tend to think that somebody who's from that would know that, like somebody, if I want to learn how to bake a cake, I'll talk to a chef. So somebody that's from that knows that, and so I give him a little bit of credibility for that.
I just think he's more like a sous
And
chef.
I think it does make more sense. But I think that at the same time, like you said, two things can be true at the same time. They might not cultivate him from scratch, but once he gets to a certain level, they have
Right.
eyes on him,
Exactly.
and
They can
for
just
him
they
to
can
be
go
able to
in like
continue to
bam.
run,
And you're
then they
right,
can get their cut.
especially fucking if he's doing illegal activity that they've been watching, they can just go up to him and be like, yo, we know you're doing this, and that. You don't want to go to prison. You got to scratch our back. And then he got to be like, okay.
I mean, because the narrative they want us to believe is that he was just doing this on his own and nobody was saying nothing for 20 years about him flying in prostitutes and drugging
No.
people and what?
There was something that Cassie said that was very interesting in the trial, but I'm gonna let you finish as Kanye
Go
would.
ahead, go ahead.
She said, she said they were asking her questions about that male prostitute that they were bringing in and having the one that shot up the Trump
Yeah,
hotel or
yeah.
whatever.
I can't
Yeah,
remember his
and
name, but yeah.
she said, I don't know. They asked her about a time frame, something that happened, and then she said, I don't remember. She said, "Oh, was that around the time that Whitney Houston died?" Which seemed really random. And oh, I don't know if you can hear that. My cats are going crazy. That is enough. what's weird is that, Whitney and Clive are, they were connected very strongly. Diddy and Clive were connected strongly. The Grammy party, the night of the Grammy party is when Whitney died, which Diddy always has a huge party as well. And it just was a weird, random thing to bring up in court, on the stand. So I just thought it was interesting, you know, because the drugs, it was actually I wish I could remember, but it was something about drugs. And then she said, "Oh, was that the night Whitney died?" And that was around the time that Whitney died or something. So I thought that was interesting, strange. Let me find out Diddy
Oh
had something
yeah.
to do with Whitney, Kim, Biggie. Oh my God, he's crazy.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know what's what, and I'm not from that world. And we get a lot of videos where people speculate on this and speculate on that. But the truth is, a lot of this stuff, I don't think we're ever really going to know. But I think
Exactly.
it's just important to just kind of keep an open mind and like, kind of try to look at stuff from different perspectives. Because, you know, I mean, I never even thought of it that way. I'd heard all the conspiracies about Diddy being, I'm not sure if I believe the guy that says that they don't run operations that way. I'm not sure if I believe him, but I think that there's
Hmm.
something there. I
Yeah,
think what he
maybe.
says
I
makes
just think
perfect sense.
there's something
You
there,
know,
maybe pertaining
I
to the
think sometimes we
CIA.
have a tendency to fall so deep in these conspiracy rabbit holes that we think we know stuff that we just don't know. I think it
Yeah, I
happens.
don't. I just feel like I'll never know everything. There's always another stone to unturned, no matter what. Even when you think you reach the end, there's always something else. And sometimes it flips backwards and you're like, oh shit, I didn't know anything at all. So I usually just go with my gut because that's all I have that I know is mine. And so,
Yeah. I don't go with anything. I just say I don't know.
yeah, but that's the only, for
I
me,
say I
like I
don't
hate
know.
a
That's above
mystery.
my pay
I
grade.
don't, I hate that. I taught my kids, they're not even allowed to say that. There's never in our household do we say, I don't know. Like
Oh,
it's either I'll
really?
find out for you, mom. Like I just hate a mystery. So for me, since I know that there's all these stones to unturn, these are some monsters. They're cute monsters. But there's always, since I know there's always going to be a stone to unturned, I just finally have to stop somewhere and say, I'm gonna roll with this, my gut, because I can't. I hate mysteries. I hate unsolved mysteries.
Yeah.